everyone, welcome to my vintage wardrobe. I'm going to show you some of my favourite vintage pieces from over the years and tell you a few of my top tips on caring for my clothes, because whilst I love my clothes and I love to shop vintage, I also want to make sure that I'm looking after them in the best way I can, and it's really important to me to make sure anything I buy is something that's going to last and stay in my wardrobe for decades and decades to come. Now, as you can see, I'm a huge fan of a house coat. Just look at this one. This is quite a recent purchase and I found it online. I just love house coats. They're from the 70s. You can see why people love them so much. They're just the perfect houseware. So comfortable. But I definitely wear this outside too. Now, when shopping secondhand, I would make sure you've got a measuring tape nearby, because that's the only way you're really going to buy something that fits you properly. Whilst I'm a massive fan of 70s style and will always search online for a 70s prairie dress, I absolutely adore anything 1950s. Actually, this could be 1940s, but I love finding out about the history of vintage. Sort of always have a look at the label and delve into who might have worn this, and you know, really vintage tells this wonderful story. This is another absolutely stunning piece. Now, it's got the most exquisite broderie anglaise embroidery and a lemon yellow summer dress you can't go wrong with, and I picked this up in a flea market in Holland on a trip last year. This is a really recent purchase and I found it through an incredible seller who has the most gorgeous collection. And the brilliance of shopping from a vintage seller is that they've already done the hard work for you. They have curated a collection of stunning pieces. All you need to do really is measure yourself, make sure you've got the right measurements and you fit the garment. This one could not be more Xena. I mean, just look at the details. So when I'm shopping for a vintage piece, I will check the fabric. Now this is a gorgeous cotton and linen mix. There's incredible detailing. So there's some smocking at the top and there's a ribbon and rickrack detail, which I just adored. I mean, look at it. There's a belt. It's also really gorgeous color, perfect for Pink Wednesdays. This is a shirt that was hand embroidered and actually it's got the most beautiful label that tells you so. And I just absolutely loved the quality of this as well as the pattern. Also, a beautiful cream silk shirt is a real wardrobe staple and goes with absolutely anything. I would pair this with jeans. Now with this piece I want to be extra careful with the way I'm washing it. This piece is one of my absolute treasured finds. It's Biba, and if you're familiar with the brand, you'll know that they were massive. Again, in the 70s, they really were the beginning of affordable and accessible fashion, and I managed to find this stunning, it's again like a polka dot chiffon top in brilliant condition from one of my local vintage shops just down the road from me. Now, I would say when shopping for vintage or looking for treasures, don't be disheartened if you don't find something on the first go. It's one of those you've got to keep going, keep trying, and I didn't find this for months and months and months, but when you find a really wonderful gem, you will know, and it almost finds you. This is a piece I found earlier this year. It is an absolutely exquisite Moschino knit, and it has a cardigan and a matching top underneath. I mean, how precious. I'm just going to show you the top. Look at that. Now, caring for clothes is so important, so when I find a treasure just like this one, I want to make sure I am looking after it in the way that I clean it as well as store it. So whilst I've got it on a hanger at the moment, I wouldn't usually keep it hung up, because actually with any kind of knitwear, hanging these are going to damage the garment and actually cause it to, gravity will cause it to pull down and eventually stretch over time. So do is make sure I'm always folding my knitwear. So I've got a gorgeous cardigan that I bought from another vintage fair many moons ago that comes out every Christmas. It's a stunning Fair Isle knit. It's lilac and it's just got the most beautiful colour tones and incredible detailing. So make sure you fold your knitwear. My other top knitwear tip is to make sure you are storing all your knitted garments away in cloth bags so that they are safe from naughty moths. Now I get lots of these cloth bags with purchases, or you can whip one up on the sewing machine really simply, and all I'm going to do is pop it inside there and make sure it is tidy and popped away in my wardrobe nice and safely. Now when it comes to caring for my clothes, I always make sure I wash light colours together, and I have a machine that I really trust to wash things correctly. So let's go. Always wash similar colours together and make sure to turn your garments inside out. Now this machine is so clever. It's got AIDD technology, which means that it can work out exactly what fabric is in the washing machine and analyse it so carefully you can trust it's going to wash it really well.